this is the video for lesson 10.1, which is area of a parallelogram. We already learned what a parallelogram is. It is a quadrilateral with two sets of parallel lines. A lot of times they look like this or like that. It looks like somebody took a rectangle and just tilted it a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started. Area of a parallelogram is quite easy. There's just one little trick to it. So what you need to know is what the base is and what the height is. The base of a parallelogram is the length of any of its sides. So technically you could make any one of these four sides the base. However, it's just easy if we can remember the bottom one. That's what I almost always do. Just because the base means the bottom, that's what we're used to looking for. So I almost always make this bottom side the base. Then the height, here's where the trick is. The height is not a side. The height is the perpendicular distance between the base and the opposite side. So we need to know that two lines are perpendicular if they meet at a right angle. So this is not a perpendicular line. It's a side, but it's not a perpendicular line. This height is going to be this line here. A lot of times it'll be the dotted line on your diagram. It's like if you were to go to the very top point and drop a string, a weighted string straight down, it's going to meet at a perpendicular line with the base. So this is the height, not the side. The base will always be a side, but the height is not the side when it comes to a parallelogram. But the area of a parallelogram is just the same as it is for a rectangle. It's base times height. I don't know if you can visualize this or not, but if we were to cut this off right here where that triangle is and just move it over here, it would create a rectangle. If we were to cut this part off and just slide it over, it would make a rectangle. That's where we get our base times height formula from. So it's the exact same as our rectangular formula, but we need to remember that the height is not a side. So base times height will get us our formula. Of course, as always with area, we want to make sure we label it with units squared. Whatever our unit is, make sure it's squared. So let's take a look here. We have this beautiful parallelogram here, and we want to find the area. We need to remember area equals base times height. My base is equal to 5 meters. My height, which this one's nice and easy because we didn't even put the side length on there, is 2 meters. So the area is going to equal 5 times 2, or a total of 10 meters squared, 10 square meters for the area of this parallelogram here. Let's keep going. The area of the parallelogram is 45 square centimeters. So here we're kind of going backwards. We know that this is our formula, but we also know now that the area is 45 centimeters squared. So base times height is going to equal 45 centimeters squares. And we also know that the height is 9 centimeters. So basically we're looking at 45 is equal to whatever the base is times 9. Well, we can figure that out. What times 9 equals 45? That should be a pretty easy one for you to realize that the base has to be 5 centimeters. Now, am I going to put 5 centimeters squared? No. My answer is squared. Remember, our base is centimeters, centimeters. That's how we get centimeters squared. Centimeters times centimeters is how we get the squared. So our base is just going to be plain old centimeters. So I want you to try and find these unknown dimensions. If we know that the area is 72, the base is 12, what does the height have to be? And same with this one, 125 millimeters. If the height is 5, what does the base have to be? I'll give you just a minute to do those. You might want to pause it, and I'll do the first one for you. You're going to have to do the second one on your own. But when you do the first one, we know our formula. It always helps to write out our formula. Area equals base times height. We know that our area is 72. So 72 equals base times height. Our base is 12 times our height. So what number times 12 is equal to 72? Or I could just divide both sides by 12 and get these will cancel out, and now I'm left with the height is equal to 72 divided by 12, which, if you haven't figured it out yet, that would leave us with a height of 6. Now you're going to have to do the same thing here. We know that the area is 125 and the height is 5. How are we going to get that? What does the base have to be? I'll check that answer tomorrow. Finding the areas. Again, base times height. So what are we going to take here? We're going to take area equals base times height. So we're going to have area is equal to, what's our base? I hope you all said 12. What's our height? 7. So when we do that, 12 times 7, what do we get? 84. 84 meters squared is our answer for number 3 here. How about here? We've got 5 inches is our height. 6 inches is up here. Well, we need a base. Is this our base? Well, it can be. This is going to be the exact same distance as this one. So again, we're just taking 6 times 5 to equal 30 inches squared for our answer for that one. You can go ahead and do these two on your own. I'll check those tomorrow. Let's figure out what's going on here. We happen to have, oh, let's see, this is a little, I need to move it over so you can see it. There we go. That's a little better. So let's see. What's going on here? We've got area equals base times height. Is that right? Yeah. So when we take base times height, he took 7.5 times 5 and got 37.5 centimeters squared. Well, 7.5 times 5, yeah, that works. But it doesn't work. What's the problem here? Our height is not 5. That's our side. What is our height? Our height should have been 4. So we should have taken 7.5 times 4 to get 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 2 is 30. So 300, but we've got one place after the decimal, so we need 30. So 30 centimeters squared should have been our answer here if we'd have done it right. We need to remember that this is our height, not our side length. Okay? So to summarize what we've done, to find the area of a parallelogram, we're still using our same formula, base times height. We need to remember our height is not a side for a parallelogram. It is a line. Perpendicular was our word. Perpendicular to the base from, this is getting kind of wordy, but from the opposite side. And I always think it helps to draw a diagram. This is your diagram, so it doesn't need to be perfect. You're going to draw a perpendicular, you know what, I'm going to clean that up because that is really, really ugly. So let's, I'll make it nicer for you. Yours doesn't have to be so pretty. Not that it'll be perfect, but there's that looks pretty good. Now I can clean it up just a tiny bit. There we go. Whoops, I left a little dot up there, but that's okay. So if this is my parallelogram, right here, this part, I'm going to say is my base. And if this is my base, is this going to be my height? Nope. I need to drop a line again. I'll change my color here. I'll even make it a little thinner here for us. We're going to go from this point here straight down, so that should make a 90-degree angle. And so with that, this right here is your height, H-E-I-G-H-T. So our base is here, our height is this line that's dropped. This is simply a side. It has nothing to do with our formula for today. So please make sure you get this in your summary, answer those couple of questions, and I will see you tomorrow.